Alright. So in a minute. I guess we'll go ahead and call this meeting of the Creek Watershed Board of Zoning Appeals in session. Looks like we got both parties here, is that right tonight?
Yes, we're all here.
Two cases, one special exception, one variance. Our name tags are in front of us here, you can see who we are. You can see our faces due to this. You know why.
Makes me look better. I'm all right.
Yeah, we're dealing with this as best we can. It took a while to work out the protocols, but it seems to be functioning, so we'll just keep at it, make it work. We have like 4 members tonight. This is a quasi-judicial hearing, and we follow that process. We will swear the applicant in and then have them present their case, and then who is in favor can speak, and then those opposed can speak, and then the applicant can have a chance to rebut or address any issues that may have come up in the first part of the thing. We'll probably make a decision this evening. We have changed our process. We will make a decision after the case, so people don't have to hang around. They can take off, and we don't contaminate any more than we have to. So anyway, we serve the pleasure of the commissioners. We do this as more or less a voluntary situation. We do get a big stipend that we all are very proud of.
Our annual.
But anyway, we do this out of our public service motivations. But anyway, I've been doing it almost 30 years now, and I think it's going to be my last next year sometime. Stop that talk. Yeah, sure. Anyway, anything else we need to really go over before we just get into it?
Did we say that part? That reminds me to turn my phone off.
Yeah, there is that. I think I did. We got a new one. I figured it all out.
We're the other way out.
I beat it to death. When the battery started exploding, coming out the vacuum station. Every time to replace it. Anyway, we're going to start with special exception 487. If Bruce, you would like to read the particulars in on that case.
This application submitted by Ronell and sent to Julian have applied for a special exception permit for a single-family home, 6-bedroom transient vacation rental. The property is located at 442 Lakefront Links Drive, tax map 59, parcel 611, lot 25, grid 8, and is zoned like residential 1. In accordance with section 157 024 B21 Deep Creek Watershed zoning ordinance PDRUs with 6 bedrooms would require a special exception permit in the Lake Residential 1 zone. We have Lee Miller here to represent the Julians and present their case. Lee, if we can get you to stand at the end of the table between the computer and the table, it should pick you up perfectly.
Here, okay. All right, good evening, everyone.
Just move back just a little bit. The camera's in that computer.
Actually, she needs to stand on the end of the table.
Down this
and
end.
say her name.
Down here?
Sorry.
Right there, right there.
Right here?
Perfect.
Do you need me to face
Thank
it?
you.
No, you don't want to.
Okay, so we're applying for special exception at 442 Lakefront Links Drive. Oh, sorry.
Were there any correspondence?
No,
Okay.
we just have to swear
And
her.
you solemnly swear affirm the testimony about to give in this special exception to the Board of the Deep Creek Watershed Board of Zoning Appeals, truth, all truth, so you swear affirm. Name and address for the record.
Yep, Lee Miller, 380 Princess Sanders Drive West, Oakland, Maryland, 21550.
Okay, and you represent the fellow in this case, right?
Correct.
Now we go.
Okay, so we are applying for special exception for the property located at 442 Lakefront Links Drive. It's a 6-bedroom, 4.5-bath property, that will be a vacation rental property. The property, is, a new construction, so already has sprinkler system installed. There are, I'd say they're about 6-foot, trees planted on the property boundaries so that we can see clearly, the site plan for the property there. There are no speakers, there are no outside lights for the property to create any type of, extra noise or nuisance to the surrounding properties. Therefore, we feel like there's no, impact on property values to surrounding properties in that location. Waterfront Greens is, very widely known to have a lot of vacation rental properties. I listed, I think, 15 that we have just in our program, and there's several others in Taylor Made's program as well. So very much known to be a vacation rental community. So we don't feel that there will be any impact. There's a site plan there as well, showing 6 parking spaces that's required, and of course, trash will be set up right at the property there. Rayleigh Vacations has systems in place to monitor noise. So if there's any complaints, we have people on call 24/7 to take any type of complaints. And we employ Jeff Murphy and his crew for after-hours night security if we need it.
Well, I guess I'll start down there, and Mr. Hoffman, about what we think. Any questions?
No, sir, none.
Bill?
You did say, this is a new build, but it is existing on property right now.
Correct.
We actually did a great job with this application. A lot of the questions that we usually have to ask are all covered in here.
Bruce?
Yep, I think she's covered everything.
And that's part of the testimony, part of the record. Anybody want to speak in favor of this application? Anybody want to speak in opposition to this application? Guess that's it. We will proceed into deliberations now and
Okay.
let you know something pretty quick, hopefully. All right, gentlemen, what's your druthers?
For a motion or discussion?
Well, you might get a motion and a second, then we'll discuss it.
I'll make a motion to approve. I second it.
All right, discussion.
I think, Mrs. Miller has already pointed out, we know very well that this community is set up with a lot of high occupancy homes, not unusual for the area. She's made her points through a written testimony that I think will be part of the application without any wedding gatherings and things of that nature. The lighting has already been addressed, no outdoor amplification. Parking in place. We're good.
Bruce Alberti?
Do we see them in our application? Do we need to make those a list of conditions, or do we do any standard conditions with it, or we good?
There's,
Do we usually put some conditions in them? I mean, she's addressed them all, but
well, anything that you testify to is
part of the
part of the
record.
record, and you're obligated to abide by. That's the rule we always follow. Anything you ever put in there, Bruce?
Whatever we do.
No, I mean, the TVRUs have the standard rules of compliance, so.
There's no outside speakers, so that takes one of the normal complaints out.
I think we could put that in as a condition since it's not listed, and it's been agreed to.
Well, that outside lighting and things, property line issues that we've all mentioned in the past, but you wanna put it in there, we can do that. No outside figure.
Yep.
Anything else, Bruce?
Okay.
Got a motion and a second, we'll call for a vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And go with it. 487.
SC 487.
You know, it's that, right?
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Lee.
Say hi to the family corner.
I will.
Good.
What is it,
19.
All day long.
just about done, anyway.
Sir?
All right, our next case, VRA 08. When you're ready, proceed on.
Next case is submitted by Ms. Barbara Feinstein, has applied for a variance to allow the construction of an addition to a single-family residence to within 27 feet of the rear property line. And the owner has purchased a buy-down from the state of Maryland, and the property is located at 518 White Oak Drive, tax map 59, parcel 94, grid 8, and is zoned like residential 1. And I believe Barbara is here to present.
Any correspondence?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm asking, any correspondence?
Actually, yes, we got two letters from the adjoining neighbors side by side to Ms. Feinstein, both in support of her addition.
So either side, the property's on
Yes.
either side, so.
Either side, yeah.
Okay, do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this application for a variance before the Deep Creek Watershed Board of Zoning Appeals of People do swear you affirm?
I did.
Name and address for the record?
Barbara Feinstein, 6656 Luster Drive, Highland, Maryland.
Okay, and you are the owner?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Thank you for considering first the variance request for 518 White Oak Drive. The granting of this variance request would not be contrary to public interest. The granting of this request would be in harmony with the general purpose and intent of the Deep Creek Lake Watershed zoning ordinance. The proposed improvements are consistent with the character of the neighborhood and do not adversely affect the adjacent property owner's use or enjoyment of their property. Will not impair their ambient light or adjacent, impair their adequate light, air on the adjacent properties, and will not impair their view. Otherwise, and nothing else would be detrimental to the public welfare. The proposed improvements are consistent with the permitted uses in the Lake Residential 1 zoning district and do not propose any use not currently permitted. The proposed structure will not be erected closer than 100 feet to the high water elevation of 2,462. About 8 years ago, as a matter of fact tonight, or today, my late husband and I went to settlement on this property. When we started, there was 3 of us. Then he passed away and there was 2 of us. Over the past year and a half, I've remarried, now there's 5 of us. And so what was perfect for 2 and what was perfect for 3 is no longer perfect for 5. I do a lot of physical work at work. I'm a veterinarian, and I've injured myself, and I'm currently under a doctor's care, and sometimes I have some trouble with steps. And right now, unfortunately, when my late husband did the last addition, there was a lot of steps involved. So on the back of this house, we're looking to push this out, make one of the bedrooms bigger, and just make the general living space larger, so the 5 of us and 3 dogs can sit comfortably. As I'm coming close to retirement, we would like to spend much more time up here and become involved more into the community. I'm currently under a doctor's care for some of these issues, but the limited space that we currently have makes it a little bit difficult for the whole family to come up. I'm also requesting that the back deck be covered as much as we possibly can, simply because I've already had 2 bouts of skin cancer. And we're gonna try to avoid belt military. And that's what I'm asking for.
Do we have a site plan?
It's in the package.
It's in there.
Well, you gotta
Should be
open this
folded
folder.
at the back of the package.
You gotta open it up.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. We have to retrain him.
Every time. Nobody will know when I have Alzheimer's.
So ma'am, if I could ask,
Certainly.
if you're gonna have the porch partially covered, are you?
I'd like to have it as much covered as possible, which is part of the reason it's bringing it so far over into the, by the Penlight line.
Yeah, so the distance then from the front edge of the porch to the property line, what you're asking for is
Yes,
27 foot?
it's a total of, I believe it's a total of the 27 feet for the rear line.
You see where the porch from-
Yeah,
that's,
Yeah, that's it
28.
right there.
It's
28.
28.44, and we always recommend that folks ask for a little more.
As opposed to 40. That's what.
Correct.
That's, yeah, okay. Gotcha.
I was on your property, and so a question, I was able to speak to Pete. and,
Okay.
Very helpful in laying out the property, the extension of the bedroom,
Yes.
and then the porch would go on, and how wide was the porch proposed to be?
That's a really good question right now, but I believe it was about, I don't have the plan in front of me. I believe that the porch was 12 feet? Does that make sense? What's that? About 12 feet for the porch.
Which looks like it's wider than that. You're talking about 12 feet out.
It's 12 feet out. It's basically the length of the extension.
And Bruce, was the covered porch covered in the application?
Yes, that's what's getting her to the 28.44.
Sure. Gotcha.
Okay, well, my plan shows a proposed 13 by 29.
It's just the bedroom though, is it not? That's the way I read it.
That's the way I read it.
And then the proposed porch is still gonna be covered, is what you're asking for.
Yeah, and that's 12
in
by,
there.
that'll also be 12 by 29, 29.5.
Doesn't quite scale out that way, I don't think, but it's close enough, you know. And the sideline is really kind of set level, so they're there.
Yeah, she's plenty far away from the side.
Mhm.
It should be 15, so she's at 25.39.
Mhm.
Do we have any elevation? Is it gonna be built to match what you got?
Yes. Oh, this is a 1950s log cabin, so we're doing the best we can as far as, on the last edition, we did a batten board to do on the outside, and that's currently what we'll be doing. And then on any of the posts, we'll be doing stone to match the stone, the existing stone on the house.
Gotcha.
And just for the record, this is a one-story addition.
Yes.
So it's not gonna be a high function. Okay, I'll start this in.
Well, you did a nice job. I think you covered everything. It's good to me. Looks like the typical buy down deal. I think it's good.
Bill? Bob?
I'm good.
People done their homework, you must be teaching them something.
Time saving.
Yeah, that's kind of important. Yeah, that's good presentation. Anybody want to speak in favor? Anybody want to speak against? All right, we're gonna deliberate.
Thank you.
All right. Gentlemen. Motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Discussion.
It's pretty straightforward, huh?
It really is. I mean, we're looking at 3 feet.
As presented. That'd be my condition.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Tricia's the worst before.
Thank you. Well, I do have to say that, people in permits were very helpful.
That's rare we hear that.
Here's your $20 back.
Okay, now, we're on the testimony. It's just kidding. Either way.
We done? I mean, with the,
I would say that it's steep.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I'll
Thank
see
you,
you
sir.
at the permit office.
Congratulations.
What's that?
yeah,
I'll see you at the permit office.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
There we go, we can get some more time.
thanks very much, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night, folks.
Thank you.
Hours and duties for real variances, is that where we are?
You know, Lee Miller, that used to be when we rented out. Lee Miller was our person.
Well, I'll put yes and yes, but I didn't fill that last two because of our.
Yes, yes, and correct. You didn't really address it. What did you address? Porch area.
Yeah. What did you use up at A, you know, shallow?
It was steep.
Was it?
Yeah.
Good.
You're right with all those conditions, yeah, there. Yes, yes, yes.
Was it?
I should just follow his.
The old, it's really old, the old standard thing, all it is.
Yeah, but, we gotta do the whole deal until we get that changed. Which we're working on, right?
Yes, sir. You want to do your conclusion of business speech?
Did we have anything else on the agenda? Doesn't look like it.
I don't believe so. We've approved, everyone was okay with the minutes and the
Yes.
opinions as revised.
No, they didn't.
Do you need to put any stipulations that she's gone on the weekend?